Hello Taurus, so I'm doing your weekly tarot for June the 25th to July the 2nd. Please make sure that you're watching my readings on my channel, which is Phoenix Keia Tarot, okay? We're still, I mean, it's always going to go on, isn't it? Certain people are stealing my content and then re-uploading it on their AI channels. So my readings, they will always be on my channel, which has got the name Phoenix Keia attached to it somewhere, okay? If you're watching this reading from a channel that is not associated with me, then you're going to be watching stolen content, okay? Right, so you have got a message. I'm trying to think who else recently had this one. I believe it was Virgo. And it did come out in the exact same position as well, funnily enough. You could be dealing with a Virgo. You might have strong Virgo placements somewhere in your own chart, okay? It says you're about to receive a message with a special meaning, signs, communication, or information. And it's combined with listening. Listen to their actions and read between the lines and listen to what others don't say, okay? So here's the deal, Taurus. Someone is sending you a message. However, they are not giving you all of the information. There is definitely omission that's going on, okay? Now, what that is, or what the extent of that is, I don't know yet. We need to take a look into that with the tarot, okay? Basically, someone's hiding something, Taurus, from you. They're giving you what you want to hear at the moment, but they're definitely not giving you the full picture, the full story, okay? So here's the deal. They're saying with this combination to read between the lines, which is very, very different from jumping to assumptions, okay? Read between the lines and pay attention to what it is that they're not saying, or again, I kind of feel like there's an omission to something, like this person is admitting to doing something, but again, not giving you the full picture, okay? Let's find out more. We will ask. I think the best thing to do in this situation, Taurus, is if we first ask, okay, well, who is this person? And then we'll take it from there, okay? Right, so who is this person that's contacting Taurus, please, this week? Oh, that's kind of spooky. The Hermit, Virgo. That's really spooky. Your reads are very, very similar. Okay, like at this point in the game, Taurus, I cannot deny the similarities here between you and Virgo this week. You're connected somehow. Okay, can you tell us more about who is this person that's messaging Taurus this week? Interesting. Okay, Page of Swords and a Three of Pentacles. Here's the deal. Here's what I can make out with this one, Taurus. Ulterior motives, right? Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, okay? It depends entirely on exactly who this person is to you, what sort of history you have with each other, if any, okay? Just because someone is being indirect doesn't necessarily indicate ill intent, okay? I am getting the message here, Taurus, that this person, they are omitting, definitely omitting the full truth, the full story, because they don't want to dump it all on you at once, okay? This is the energy of a person who is wanting to test the waters, which is why they're not giving you the full picture, okay? Fairly certain that you're going to be able to figure this out by yourself when it happens. This combination here is this person is casting their net out wide and seeing what they catch. Okay? What is this person's intent towards Taurus, please? What is their intent? The Seven of Swords. Yeah, we don't particularly like the Seven of Swords. There is deviousness here. What is their intent? And the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so Seven of Swords to the Eight of Pentacles. The deviousness is coming from this angle, right? It's possible that they are wanting to impress you. So they might give you this weird story about what they do for their job, what they do for their career. And it's not entirely truthful. There's embellishment that's going on here with this combination. Their intent is to try and absolutely impress you, but the way that they're going about it is completely wrong. Okay, I do not agree with that sort of behavior ever. It doesn't matter if a person is genuinely embarrassed about what they do for a job. Okay, they shouldn't be lying about it, because if they're going to lie about something like that, what else are they going to be able to lie about, right? Straight away, it's starting off on the wrong foot. And I don't think that that's right at all. However, this is the way that this person has decided that they're going to handle the situation, right? Obviously, we can't force other people to do anything, never mind to do what's right, okay? In their head, they seem to think that that's a good idea. And it really isn't, because, again, the long-term consequences of that is going to be, well, you lied and schemed before. How am I ever going to be able to build up trust with the person who already has a record of lying and scheming? Like, at that point, their intent no longer matters, right? So, I don't know. I mean, it could also be as well, maybe they are entirely unemployed, right? And they're lying to you saying, oh yeah, I got that new job, or yeah, I still work at such and such a place. In fact, I even got a promotion lately, right? Doesn't really matter why they're lying. They shouldn't be doing it. So with them trying to impress you, and then when you find out that actually they're not being honest, and it's the most ridiculous things that they're not being honest about, it is going to make you question absolutely everything that they do from that point onwards, right? Understandably so. They wanted to impress you, they're going about it the wrong way. They're actually making a bad impression instead of a good one. And that's your situation this week. You feel like something's off, and it absolutely is off, right? Your instincts, your intuition is bang on the money with this, okay? Catalytic energy. So why is this happening? You've got the High Priestess of Water, and it says all things change, and they're changing now, so go with the flow. Okay. Now, with the mention of going with the flow, it leads back into that message that we've already had about how you can't force people to do what is right, because you can't force people to do anything, right? There needs to be a certain level of acceptance that you cannot, I mean, yes, you can influence people, but you can't make them do the right thing. So being more focused on yourself doing the right thing, I feel that's where your power is really going to lie. Now, with this being a catalytic energy, and it being tied to water, that's feelings and emotions, the catalyst is your feelings have changed, or they are currently changing towards this other person, because you've discovered a lie. It doesn't matter if it's a big lie or a little one. You've discovered the lie. You're not likely going to be able to forget that. So you're finding that your feelings are changing. Can you tell us more? Yeah, Strength and the Six of Swords. And those cards have come out off balance as well. Okay, it's classed as scattered energy. So now you're in this place of, okay, do I stick with this, or do I just disconnect and leave? Okay. Honestly, the indications here are you don't have time for this kind of bullshit. You don't have the strength for this kind of bullshit. Okay. And again, it's understandable. Like, I personally wouldn't put up with that. I definitely wouldn't expect anyone else to either. So I'm not surprised at all to see this sort of energy here in the catalyst. Okay. It's like you're in two minds, you're in two places at the moment, not quite sure what to do, what is the ethical thing to do here, right? Blind spot energy, confidence, and this one says, this is your time. Much is going to be asked of you as you move through life's challenges. Keep your head up and take steps forward. So in your subconscious, it looks like actually you've already made that decision, and you likely have decided, you know what, I'm not dealing with this. I didn't create this situation, therefore I can't fix this situation, going with the flow. This is someone else's bullshit here, not my problem. Onwards and upwards, okay? And having the confidence to actually stick to what you have decided to do as well. Can you tell us more? Okay. The energy here is coming out as being quite lethargic, Taurus. Okay, so I don't know if this is your energy being tired of having to deal with the same old bullshit, just from different people. It could be. Or if right now you're just really not in the mood to, I guess, babysit others, right? Now you've got death that's coming out in your blind spot. So you're making a lot of lifestyle changes here with this death energy. Again, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, right? You actually are making these lifestyle changes. And with that, it does give you a boost of confidence. Then you've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is a worthwhile investment. I feel that there's something very deep within your subconscious here that is crying out for a change, that is crying out for freshness, newness, okay? The Seven of Pentacles, that's patience as well as a good investment. It can also be a very karmically charged card, because what you put out comes back in again with interest, right? So yeah, I am understanding this as Spirit's way of saying, look, we're in very karmic times right now. The changes that you make this week, they are going to be long-term changes, and make sure that you're initiating these changes from a good, clear conscience. Okay, and then you've got this Ace of Cups that's come out, and it's off balance. So yeah, you do care about this person. You might even love this person, but in love with them, no, because that energy has come out as scattered. So yeah, your feelings have changed. They have changed going by their actions, their dishonorable actions. That's what's changed up your feelings. So yeah, it's not that you want anything bad to happen to this person, because you're literally above that. There's just the acknowledgement that, okay, I'm not in love with this person, or I don't love this person to the extent of which I'm gonna sit here and just take the disrespect. Like, nobody should take disrespect ever off anyone, right? And that's you basically drawing that hard line. Now the thing is, I suspect that someone else, that this other person, might try and use your feelings as a bit of a weapon. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, Taurus, if you loved me, then you would do this, that, and the next, right? Or if you loved me, if you really cared for me, then you would just forgive me and agree with me and all the rest. You know how some people do that? It's very emotionally manipulative. Well, same deal. You can see it for exactly what it is, and you're definitely not putting up with it anymore. Now, zodiacs that are coming out of this reading, and again, like, you could be dealing with literally any of the zodiacs, but the strongest ones that are coming through in your energy this week, Taurus, is Virgo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Now, you could be dealing with those signs in any capacity, okay? One of those signs could be this person here that has been caught in a lie, or one of those people could be a helper, a friend, an advocate who is trying to help you through this emotionally difficult time, okay? Because you do have the Three of Pentacles here as well, which sometimes can imply that you've got other people around you who are helpful, who are supportive, okay? It's just when that Ace of Cups came out off balance, kind of got the impression that there was someone else, a different person, not this one, but a different person who is in total agreement with you about the disrespect that's gone on here, and is in total agreement with you that, no, do you know what I mean? You shouldn't put up with that. When all is said and done, they made the decision here, right? You're just responding to it. And definitely you're honoring how you feel, and you're honoring the fact that your feelings have changed towards them, because they're now exposed as being a liar, right? They lied to you when their life wasn't in danger. Do you know what I mean? There are very, very, very few circumstances in life where lying would be deemed acceptable, and having your own life in danger would be one of those extreme circumstances, okay? That's not been the case here, though. They have lied through their own ego, basically, with that strength coming out off balance. It was completely unnecessary, right? They should have known better. They should have known you better. And the fact that they still chose to take that path, it's pretty much solidified the deal for you, basically. Okay. So yeah, when you do get this message off that person this week, honestly, I feel like it will initially piss you off, and then you'll sit with it and you'll be like, yeah, you know what, that's the last straw. That really is the last straw. Okay, so what's working for you? The High Priestess of Fire, and it says creativity and passion, the ability to create your own reality, spend your energy creatively and not impulsively, okay? So, yeah. I mean, you're Taurus, so you don't, as a general rule of thumb, do anything impulsively anyway, or there aren't many things that you do impulsively, because you're that fixed earth energy. You need a good plan and a good daily structure to really make you feel secure, okay? Impulsive energy makes you feel unstable, right? And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that in the way of, nah, you just like to plan out your days. You just like to know what's going to happen in advance. You don't typically enjoy doing things spare of the moment, okay, or putting yourself in situations spare of the moment. That's just not how you operate at all, with you being that beautiful fixed earth. So they're saying here, what's really going to help you out, Taurus, what's really going to, and I think that this is to do with your clarity of thought, okay? Even though it's fire energy, I am getting this clarity of thought because there's been a lot of confusion with dealing with this person here. They have caused a lot of confusion, again, through the lies that they have been telling. So to regain that clarity of thought, do something creative, artistic, something that you find relaxing, okay? That's really going to help you out this week so that you can reclaim that power over your own mind and over your own thoughts, okay? Can you tell us? Oh, shit, a brick. Okay, so Taurus, that energy was abrupt. It felt very, very angry. And yes, I do believe that you are dealing with an individual who is quite impulsive by nature. That leads me to believe that this person might not be a Virgo. Okay. If they are, they might have a fuckload of fire in their chart. I don't think so, though. But I could be wrong, of course. I'm not even looking at these cards yet because I'm still feeling through the energy, right? So because you're finding something that you enjoy, something that helps you to take your mind off things, I don't know why. It's going to anger them, okay? I kind of feel like there may be something here to do with revenge, right? So when you've put boundaries in place over here, they're not going to like it, okay? They're not going to like it. They're likely going to want some sort of revenge. Now, there's destructive behavior that's going on as well. Have they broken something that you made? Or have they broken something that you gifted to them, that you bought for them, and they've sort of smashed it or threw paint all over it or something like that? I'm getting like slashing as well, like slashing a painting or cutting pictures or cutting up clothes, anything like that. There's a very destructive force. I mean, they might well be a Scorpio as well, but they're going to be one that has not evolved. Okay, two entirely different creatures, an unevolved Scorpio and an evolved one. Like they're two entirely, they should technically be classed as different zodiacs actually. And I'm telling you that as someone who is a triple Scorpio myself, right? So whatever this is, it's quite aggressive, it's very moody, and it's someone who cannot keep control of their own emotions, okay? Now, it's also coming out in the context of what is working for you. So I would say, whatever these cards are about, the mask has well and truly fallen off, okay? Let's take a look. I'll switch out the camera. Right, you ready? Star off balance, Aquarius energy, depression, anxiety. Speaking of depression and anxiety, Nine of Swords, Gemini energy. Sleepless nights, restlessness, irritation, irritable, okay? Next one, Ace of Cups off balance. We've already seen the Ace of Cups that came out here, and that was also off balance. Major difference is it's pointing in a much different direction here. This is the inability to accept that something is over to do with a relationship, Okay. Next one, the Ten of Swords, off balance. Possibly trying to get back together with you. Or there's some tactic that clearly has failed in order to regain your trust. Again, depending on who this person is, okay? Because it's not always going to be about a romantic interest or anything like that, okay? It's off balance though. So that's trying to undo what has been done, and that's impossible. Next one, the Three of Swords, also off balance, Libra energy. This is pain, hurt, disappointment and loss, also connected to depression. Now, with it being off balance, you're in recovery mode. They seem to be slinking deeper and deeper and deeper into this depression. A lot of emphasis on depression. Is this an excuse? Are they making excuses for their behavior? Are they blaming their depression or their mental difficulties on the decisions that they chose to make? I'd keep an open mind because it's very, very possible. Next one, Ace of Pentacles, off balance, associated with earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's off balance though, so there's a missed chance, there's a missed opportunity, right? Next one, Knight of Wands, off balance, Sagittarius energy. There's the erratic behavior here. Now, what I'm seeing is a whole list, a whole long line of negative consequences, right? But because it's what's working for you, Taurus, this isn't what's happening to you. This is what another person is experiencing as a direct consequence of what they've done up here, okay? So if ever you needed proof that karma was a real thing, it's right there. They are experiencing a disaster of their own making. They likely will blame you for it, Taurus, but that's not going to get them anywhere, okay? How it's likely going to play out, you've got the warrior. You are protected, someone who is deeply committed, protective and kind to you. So that's the type of person or people that you're welcoming in to your lived experience, okay? You're calling in people who are kind, who are loving, who are honest, who you're never going to feel like you have to constantly look over your shoulder and check what it is that they're getting up to behind your back, okay? You're encouraging, you're attracting a high caliber of people into your sphere of influence, okay? Time to think how committed you are to your path, all right? So if something has been lapsing that you know full well you have allowed to fall to the wayside, something that is important to you and that is connected to your to your soul purpose, maybe, then it's time for you to pick that back up again. And it's time for you to recommit to your journey, okay? The Two of Swords. Two of Swords can indicate indecisiveness or you having to feel your way through the situation and the Lovers, okay? This is likely going to play out with you trusting in how you feel from here on in, okay? The Lovers can be a choice. It can also indicate a union. So you are going to have a decision coming up very, very soon about a specific union. The Tower. There it is. Your strongest message of this week, Taurus. The Tower. Right? Yes, something going wrong. No, not by your hand. Okay? The Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck is going wrong because of someone else's selfishness. It's like they have been actively destroying this connection for a long time. The only difference now is you've reached the end of your tether. You're no longer putting up with it. That's the major difference. You have healing and guidance for Taurus, please. Okay. Eye of the Needle, intentionality. Okay, so this one's number 17. And it says intentionality, clarity, and positive outcomes. If you look through the eye of the needle, what do you see? Summon the experience of being so singularly focused on the task ahead that it becomes natural to remove everything that is superfluous. Fake, basically. Remove everything that is fake, every distraction, every non-essential, so that you succeed. What is, in this case, the definition of success? In order for the threading of the needle to happen, everything not in alignment with your goal needs to go. This is the only way that you'll get what you need. Shrewd discernment, the willingness to winnow down the needle thread connection to its essence. The eye of the needle looks so tiny, but once your intention threads through it, a vast opportunity is presented on the other side. The needle can mend, it can sew things together to make something meaningful and new. You're experiencing success right now. Stay true to your desires, to the work that you need to accomplish, so you are laser focused on the experience of creating and manifesting. The outcome is assured by divine forces, okay? So that is a fancy pants way of saying your actions right now are imperative. Everything that you do this week, Taurus, there are going to be long-term consequences to that. So you make sure that your actions this week are all in alignment with where you're trying to get to. And anything else outside of that, you need to prune it away, okay? Right, so with that being said, we're going to take a look at some cheeky words of wisdom from the shitty deck, just for a little bit of light-hearted fun at the end of your read, okay? Right, don't let anyone shit on your life. The shit that you've been through has made you become the piece of shit that you are today, and that's some shit to be proud of. And people love to fuck around with you like you don't know shit, so never take their shit lying down. Therefore, you need to show shitty people what you're made of, and that means you need to throw some shit in their face. Lovely. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. If it has been helpful for you, Taurus, then I definitely would appreciate a cheeky wee like. Or even better, maybe consider subscribing to my channel as well if you haven't done already. And thank you so very much to those of you who have already joined our wonderful community over here on YouTube. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.